Survey of high-ranking executives from 23 teams, including 10 GMs. Rodgers has 11 votes for MVP, and Jonathan Taylor has 8 votes. I feel like I wasn't surprised that Aaron Rodgers had 11 votes. He's most of the favorites on most betting sites. Jonathan Taylor with 8 votes. A lot of people have been saying that the main thing holding him back is Derrick Henry when he had 2,000 yards in one season, that he didn't get the MVP or anything like that. But neither did Adrian Peterson when he won it. So it's going to be very difficult to see if the voters will be held back by Derrick Henry not winning it, or what will really help them decide of what's happening. And is Brady really counted out? Because it seems like Jonathan Taylor has the second most votes on here. Brady really still has a chance of coming back and winning this thing. Who do you guys think is going to win the MVP? Aaron Rodgers or Jonathan Taylor? I hope it's not my last game in Seattle, but I know it won't be my last game in the NFL. Russ heading into the home finale, which seems like he might be considering leaving Seattle and going to a different team by the way he's sounding. Like, I hope it's not my last game in Seattle, but I know it won't be my last game in the NFL. So it seems like maybe he might be traded, or I don't really know what's going to happen with that situation, but it doesn't look good for the Seahawks, and they've already had a terrible season this year. So once he leaves, they're going to even be more destitute, and who knows when they're going to become good again, because I don't know, the whole draft situation, trading all the picks to the Jets, I don't really know what they can really do. Hopefully that if they trade him or what's happened with Russ Wilson, they can get someone back or something like that. I have no idea what's going to happen, though. Aaron Rodgers over the last 5 games, 16 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. This is honestly very impressive in my opinion. And he's been playing great. I think he threw a lot more touchdowns in the second half of the season. And honestly, this is very impressive. Had 16 in the last 5 games. The power rankings. Number 1 is the Green Bay Packers. Number 2 is the Cincinnati Chiefs. I agree with that. And the Packers at number 1. Both teams really deserve to be at where they're at. Number 3, the Los Angeles Rams. I think I'd put the Buccaneers ahead of them. I think the Bucs are just playing a bit better, but the Rams did finally win the NFC West, and they're really close of winning. I don't think they've officially clinched it, but they're very close. Number 4, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've officially clinched the NFC South, so I think that should hold some merit in there. And number 5, the Colts, which is kind of interesting. I feel like maybe you should put the Bills on here. They finally beat the Patriots, so I feel like that was a much-needed win and to propel them back in the top 5. What do you guys think about this power ranking? If you would address his wife's Instagram post about death threats. Try not to listen to it, because those are not the people that I would listen to, whether it was good or bad, regardless. Baker Mayfield on receiving death threats, which you should never send death threats to a player in general. And this is honestly a bad situation of what's happening in Baker Mayfield. And I feel bad for him in general just because of... You should never do this to a player no matter how you feel about them. You should never do anything like this.